Good afternoon, folks. Not done an update video for quite a while, so I thought I'd just do a quick video on what I'm working on at the moment. I've always wanted to do a Austrian army, but I've quite often been put off by the white uniform. I love the look of the white uniforms, but the thought of painting white has always put me off. Thankfully, I found a couple of videos on YouTube. One in particular from I think it's Leon. I'll put the link in the description. It's a very good video, and it's a similar method I use anyway for painting, so it wasn't that hard to adapt it to painting the white uniforms as he does in his video, and that's kind of the thing I've followed for the for my painting of white uniforms. The line battalions here are all periplastics with a couple of metal figures there. You can see that chap there who's actually running into the battalion from another battalion. So you've got different coloured facing, and a couple of guys down there. They're the metal casualty pack that you get from Perry's. But apart from that, they're all plastics. So we've got some Perry's plastics here for one of the line battalions, and then Perry's again for the other 3 line battalions that I've done so far. I think they painted up okay actually. So like I say, I was worried about the painting white uniforms, despite loving the way that a white uniform army looks like the Austrians, but wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'm definitely going to do some more units. The unit at the back over there is actually, they're not Perry, they're Victrix. So they're Victrix plastics. I've still got to do another unit of combined grenadiers, but then you can see there that it's basically two separate grenadier companies, I suppose you could say, from the line battalions who are combined to make one grenadier battalion. Normally I believe they wouldn't have carried a standard. I think they look better with a standard, so hopefully nobody will mind them having a standard. What I've also been doing, because I normally paint both sides to both armies if I'm doing a particular period. So I've started on some Revolutionary French. I've just laid out behind the train there, you can see. So these are the ones that you get from Victrix. So this was just one box set, so I think there's 60 figures in the box set, so I got 2 battalions out of them. That's a separate artillery piece from Victrix as well. That comes with the bicorn hats, so you can adapt them for an earlier period. And this is the other French battalion. The only thing I didn't like about the Victrix figures, they are nice figures, they are a bit of a pain to put together compared to Perry's, because obviously they're a bit more multi-fit. But the only thing I didn't like is that half the battalion you can make up as marching, which is my standard pose that I prefer to use, and half the battalion you had to have them as firing and loading. Some of the figures were kneeling. Obviously you can't use them for marching at all. So that's the only thing I didn't like about it. I would have preferred if they could have all been in the marching pose, a bit like their grenadiers option that they have for the Austrians. But I don't mind them too much. It just concerns me really on the bayonets getting damaged and such when they're in a firing pose. I've done them on slightly larger bases just to try and stop that from happening. We'll see how it goes. So that's it really, just a quick update on oh sorry, I forgot to mention obviously him there. That's from the colonel from the Victrix box, and just a little Perry guy that I had left over from the Perry box, just to make up a little command base. I've obviously got quite a bit more to do if I'm going to use the black powder wheels, so you do need quite a number of units, and obviously I'm going to need more commanders and such. But it's yeah, it's an interesting project that I'm going on now, and I seem to be making quite a good headway. Like I say, I'm quite pleased with painting of white uniforms. It's not as bad as I thought, and I highly recommend taking a look at the video that I'll put in the link. Some great advice on there, and it shows you how you can paint white uniforms and have them looking pretty reasonable in a short period of time. Okay, so that's it. So bye for now.